This is a little lesson in child support that, although boring, will hopefully help those of you paying and receiving child support to have a little better understanding of, well, how and why child support is what it is. First off, where does the concept of child support come from? Well, without going through the entire history of child support, suffice it to say that federal law requires states to set up child support systems. Specifically, Title 4D of the Social Security Act requires that states establish guidelines, each state establish guidelines for setting and modifying child support amounts in each state. So that essentially means that every single state in the United States is going to have a child support system in place and have laws in the form of child support guidelines for calculating child support. Now, pursuant to these federal laws and regulations, the child support guidelines that are established by each state must, at a minimum, be applied in all the courts, administrative agency, or by other officials in a state who have the power to determine child support orders in that particular state. And it basically means that your child support in a particular state should be the same no matter who's making that determination, a judge, an administrative agency, whoever. But this does not mean, and this is important, that your state law will be the same as another state's law. So although child support awards are going to be the same no matter what court or agency in your state makes that child support determination, it doesn't mean your child support is going to be the same in different states. So it may be different in California than in Tennessee. Now, each state's guidelines have to provide that the child support order is based on the alternate residential parent or non-custodial parent's earnings, income, or any other evidence of the ability to pay that takes into account all earnings and income of that parent. It's got to be based on specific criteria that normal people can understand, and it's got to result in basically the computation of a dollar amount for child support. It's got to address how the parents are going to provide for a child's health care needs through either public or private health care or through cash medical support. And finally, and this is a new one, it's got to provide that incarceration may not be treated as voluntary unemployment in establishing or modifying child support orders. Now, if a state refuses to apply this federal law in creating a child support system, that state's going to lose out on a tremendous amount of federal money. That's why we have the child support system that we have in this country.